Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Summer Session 2020 here at SUNY Geneseo. My name is Bob Boyd, and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. Some general information to acquaint you with how the course runs and how to navigate it successfully. So one, I would like to start by welcoming you. Second, is everything that we cover in a full semester class is covered in 6 weeks. Don't take any shortcuts. So then it means you need to plan your work and know when deliverables are due. I'm always available to meet virtually. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. Everything you need will be housed in Canvas in one spot. So any links that may take you elsewhere are all in Canvas. Work is organized by modules, which is a theme of different topics and how they're covered, so that things tie together by modules. I have indicated when you should work on the modules, which week, and then how long everything will take. So when you go in, and we'll show you this in a moment, the activity will tell you how long it is. I'm going to do weekly updates just like this so that you know what's coming up in the what you should be focusing on. The learning process is going to be connected to what's happening in the world today, not just about book learning. And that's an important thing as you go forward with this, because it may appear that I am very disorganized at times. But going through a crisis, this pandemic, which has a financial impact, economic impact, how you manage people. So I'm going to start bringing things into the equation as we go, so that you can see what's going on in the world today and make sense of it within the context of an academic course. And as a result, this class has a lot of thinking involved. Okay? Not just memorization, but thinking. Based on my experience with online learning, and I've been doing this for a number of summers, I have found that students prefer lectures that are in 15 to 20-minute hunks. Okay? Not an hour, 90-minute lectures. So where it may look like there's a lot of videos, a lot of stuff to do, you're going to find most of them are fairly short. And that's based on attention span that as adult learners, we can only focus so long. And just think, if you were in a classroom and you had a professor lecturing for 90 minutes or 75 minutes or 50 minutes or an hour, you would probably lose interest fairly quickly. So this is just a way to help you manage your time and to hopefully increase your learning. The other thing you're going to find is a lot of charts and pictures in my lectures. That's because a picture is worth 1,000 words. So sort of look at them to get a sense of what is it that I'm trying to say. Just like this little thing over here, general information. That's what we're talking about today. I want to start by impact of COVID-19, because it's very real. And we've all been impacted by it. And I think I would suggest to you that we've all been traumatized. And trauma results from an event, series of events, experienced by us that is both physically and emotionally harmful or threatening, okay, that has a long-term impact on who we are and how we behave in many circumstances. So when you have a trauma, such as what we're in, our basic instinct is, how do we survive? Okay? And our reaction, it comes not necessarily through conscious awareness, but unconscious things we do as we're trying to survive. And when we think about how do we deal with trauma, physically, emotionally, behavioral, how we think, we look at these things, and there's a number of things that we deal. And I want to point some of them out, because I think you may find, I know I did, some of these things really impact you. This is how we're responding. Decreased concentration, disrupted sleep patterns, loss of interest, maybe a little irritable, maybe we're overwhelmed with a lot of things. Maybe we're eating or drinking more than we had, more or less than in the past. So this is how we're dealing with. This is what you're going through now. Just take a look. Which one of these have impacted you? Your responses are normal reactions to these abnormal events. Normal. So why did I talk about this? Okay? You're going to take an online course, and I want to let you know that I understand what you may be feeling as I feel at the same time. So as an instructor, I really want to be sensitive to that. So I wanted to talk about this, say it's okay, but I also want to put in here is that there's new beginnings, there's new hope, there's opportunities. And when you go through the current trends, current events and trends, I think you'll see more of that. These are really opportunities for you to grow as an individual and to build your skills that will be needed as the world progresses. This video, I'm going to do a syllabus review, how to use Canvas, getting to know each other, our current topics and trends, and first deliverable. And as always, if you have questions, please let me know. The next piece of the discussion is a review of the syllabus. I encourage you to read it carefully so you understand what we will be doing, when things are due, and what the expectations are. Planning, as I said previously, becomes a key part of this. What we're going to take a look at this time is we're going to be looking in depth at financial statements, and we're going to connect it to the business strategy. How is the company performing? What are they trying to do? That's going to require us to look at the accounting, to look at strategies, forecast into the future, and engage in various valuation techniques. This is one of my favorite classes to teach, but I'm very much looking forward to it because we're in this unique environment. And certain things that we took for granted or approaches to financial statement analysis have now been permanently changed. So we're going to have an opportunity to look at some of them. And as we're going through this, I will probably need to revise some modules that I previously did because of what we know today. But basically, successful students will demonstrate the ability to understand the purpose of financial statement analysis, use a six-step model as a framework, identify and use various forms of information, utilize the Wall Street Journal and other sources to say what is the current issues impacting the company versus their strategy. Being able to understand how to interpret, keyword here is interpret, the cash flow statement, income, and balance sheet. Understand the concept of quality of financial reporting, financial results, and valuation. You're going to use Excel and other to build some of your models, and that is another key component of it. What I've laid out here is that many of you will either be taking the CFA exam or the CPA exam. So what I've done is, this is the CFA, and I've gone to the body of knowledge. And in this body of knowledge, I've identified what things we'll be covering in the class. So if you're studying for level 1 CFA, these are the things that we are covering. If you're taking the CPA exam, I've outlined each area. This is for BEC. I identified the area and then the topics that we talk about. So, and I go through the same thing around FAR. So what you can do is, if you are planning on taking either one of these pursuing any of these certifications, I have identified what it will cover. So it will help you in your presentation for the CPA exam. This is an intro level. This is not an intro level class. An advanced class. It assumes that you have a grounding, as I said, in the basis of accounting and finance. In Canvas, there is a module that provides review materials from LinkedIn Learning and Finance 311. There are two books here that are interesting. They're useful if you want a more in-depth understanding of the topics. How are we going to grade the course? What will you be doing? Getting to know each other, 3 points. Bloomberg Markets Essential Certification, 10 points. Current Issues Presentation, 10. And Comments on Presentation, 6. 2 quizzes, 3 application projects, and that totals 100. So let's go through some of the things we're going to cover here. The Getting to Know You is explained. Bloomberg Markets Certification. This one, Bloomberg, and many of you already understand this and may be certified already, it's the premier source of news and financial information. The pathway to information is through the Bloomberg terminals. Now, they're in the trading room, South 138, but they're not, since we're not in Geneseo, they're not available for our use. And due to the pandemic, we have things available to you without charge. Key is without charge here via the web. Bloomberg offers the 12-hour course entitled Bloomberg Market Essentials. You need to complete the course and post the completion certificate by May 29th. As of the moment, there's a little glitch there. You do not need to pay. I was told it's free, and I'm working on that now. The next thing to look at is the current issues presentation. With so many things happening, you're going to be working in groups of 2, and what you'll do is I'll give you an article, and your role is to review it, talk about what it says in a summary. What are the key issues from the financial statement perspective? What area of the CFA and CPA exams the article follows? You should use slides and other visualizations. Once the work is prepared, you let me know, and we schedule a virtual discussion to review the presentation. Now, you have to comment and be engaged in these. You can either participate on a real-time basis, or you can review and comment on 3 presentations. I encourage you to try to join us for a live presentation, because then you can just ask questions and jump in. On a weekly basis, I will show you which ones are coming up. Quizzes will be on online. The focus is on application of the material and not memorization, so it will be applied questions. Semester research project, you're going to be assigned a company to work on, and the process for the classes, we'll do a lecture, and then you'll do some work and apply it. Key dates outlined here. Everything is organized in modules. This gives us an introduction. How does a firm make money? This is really a key thing, that until you understand how a firm really makes money, you can't analyze it. Then we're going to take a look at accounting considerations and analysis, ranging from revenue recognition, inventories, business combinations, leases, non-recurring items, and the Tax and Job Act. Now, I am going to add a piece on here because what we're seeing, I have the base lecture, and it tells you all the fundamentals, but I'm probably going to add a piece on that what we're seeing with the economy and what's happened in the change, there may be other things there. Then we move into the bulk of the work, and that walks through a step-by-step process on how to value a financial statement and analyze it. And we need to do some of this stuff first before we get to that. Then we'll look at the quality of financial reporting. We look at IFRS. Then we move right into forecasting and planning, followed by valuation analysis. And that's essentially what we're going to cover. Here's all the support you need. Student success resources are all outlined here. And again, what I think one of the key things for you to do is to understand right here, what are the dates and when are things due. So plan your work. I am going to be going through as the course. All the material is out there today. I probably will be tweaking it over the next few days. So if you have any questions, please let me know.